Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well. So this is another edition of Spurs Around the World, where we'll be hearing from international fans from around the globe talking about the game. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Roma 2. Now, if you would ever like to get involved in a future episode, please do send me an email. It is tottenhamfanchris@gmail.com.
Hi Chris, Gareth here from Ireland. I hope you're well. Here's my thoughts on Tottenham's 2-2 draw with Roma. Look, started the game really well, got the penalty, probably should have put the game to bed. After that, then Roma come back on it and we were really passive, and I think that's why Ange was so upset with the team that we didn't kick on. Deservedly, they come back on it and we're level. But we responded and got back in 2-1 in front, and you just wish that we had to learn from that first period where we were passive not to do it again, and unfortunately we did, and Roma came back on it and deservedly got their late goal at the end. I thought it was a really mad game. It was bonkers, loads of chances, post crossbar getting rattled, got offside goals, really entertaining to watch. I know a lot of Spurs fans are disappointed, but for me at the minute the Europa League I'm not as invested in it as maybe some Spurs fans are at the moment. I'm more worried about it when we get to March, because I do think we're going to qualify in the top 8. I think we'll get at least 7 points in these final 3 games against Rangers, Elfsborg and Hoffenheim, and we'll be there. And for me then it takes on a different mantle come March. We've got bigger priorities I think at the moment, and that starts we Fulham at the weekend. I think that's a huge game for us on Sunday. Can we follow up a great one in Manchester with a one at home against Fulham? Because these are the real tests. When everyone expects you to go and win, can you go and deliver? And I think if we can win on Sunday, that'll be a massive step in the right direction. So for me, Europa League at the moment, yes, we do have to keep an eye on it, but I do think we'll be okay and we'll qualify. For me, let's look at Sunday. Let's build on that big one at Man City and try and kick on in the Premier League and make sure we're near the top of the table come the end of the season. So, Chris, thanks for all your hard work. It's a pleasure being on the podcast when you invite me on. Can't wait for the next one. Can't wait to be back in the Spurs Stadium for the Chelsea game next week. So, come on, you Spurs. Let's get 3 points at the weekend.
It's Melvin from Malta. Gonna discuss the Roma game 2-2. What can you say? Disappointing with the draw, but I think it was a fair result at the end. I think Roma, even though they're struggling, I think they're a good side. I think they showed their European experience. They've played consistently European football, Europa League, Conference League, and for us it's been quite the opposite really. I think most of our squad hasn't had much experience playing European football. I think our most experienced players are, Ben Davies and Heung-min Son. I think, the lineup was a bit picked itself really. We missed 5 players from the back line. Vicario was missing, Romero was missing, Van de Ven was missing, Udogie was missing. We put Archie Gray, an 18-year-old at left back, and showed that he was out of position a little bit during the game. Roma were consistently targeting that area. Am I happy? Am I disappointed? I think we could have held for the draw. I think we should have got the 3rd goal. I think Kulusevski played well. He's been playing well all season. Fraser Foster didn't do much wrong. I think he was solid. He showed his strength, his physicality. Disappointing to concede during set pieces, but it's part of football, it's part of the game. Roma consistently score from set pieces anyway. They're a set piece team. And for a team struggling to score, weirdly, they did score often against us, even though a lot of them were ruled offside. They did manage to get the ball in the back of the net a few times, and which was frustrating from my end, but that's football. I mean, Roma's game plan was to do such thing, and I think they would be happy with the draw. I think I got messages from some of their fans telling me, friends of mine telling me, how did you beat the champions 4-0 and then, only got a 2-2 draw with us? It's, even though Roma are a big club, we were the ones that seemed to drop the 2 points, and I'm sure we'll bounce back. I'm happy with the overall direction of the club and the team, and I trust Postecoglou will fix these small problems, and I'm still happy with the direction of the team and how we played. And I thought our football at times was really, really good, really attacking. We just sometimes, take the foot off the gas and don't finish off these chances. And I thought Johnson's goal was really, really good, really, really nice play from Kulusevski and Johnson. So there's lots of positives and only small negatives. But yeah, looking forward to the next game. Fulham, 3 points. We need it. We definitely need it, and to build some momentum again, which we lack now. Come on, you Spurs, and talk to you guys soon.
My name is Dylan, and I'm from England. 2-0 in the end, and of course we conceded in the last minute. We are not shocked at all. We went 2-1 up in the first half. It wasn't too bad, but it's some silly mistakes. We can't mark on corners. Both their centre-backs getting a goal. It's typical. In terms of who we played, we put a semi-strong lineup out, but it really hurts not having a backup striker. Solanke, I love him. His pressing numbers are really good, but he clearly was tired, and he clearly just shouldn't have played today. That's why it's just a shame about Richarlison, because there's a player in there, but he's never fit, and he can never play. I think we created more chances than we nearly 4 XG. They had just under 2. So in terms of the manager's perspective, he couldn't really have done much more, apart from, teach his players how to defend set pieces. Archie Gray, I think he needs to really start playing in his natural midfield position. He can cover across the back line, left back, right back, centre back, and he can do it all really well, but I'd like to see him in his natural position because he's a really good player. It's typical Tottenham, turning up at the Etihad, winning 4-0, then going to Roma at home the next day, a game which on paper should be easy if you look at their form. They've sacked their manager recently. They're just not on a good run of form. They've been really bad this season. We should be winning this. But, of course, in typical Tottenham fashion, we don't.
So the game has just finished. Tottenham Hotspur 2, Roma 2. I'm with my good friend and Italian journalist Simone Delumo. Simone, what do you make of the game?
Well, fair to say that the draw is a result that represents how the game went. Of course, Chris, I come from Italy, the country where they teach how to defend on set pieces. In Australia, maybe not. And once again, Spurs conceded on set pieces. Yesterday, I asked Claudio Ranieri, the manager of Roma, how to plan this kind of games. I suggest if you play Ndika, Mancini and Hummels, you can hurt Tottenham, because of course we know Tottenham very well. And the game was exactly what I was expecting, a very tight game. Spurs when they were 2-0 up, had got many chances to kill the game. When you don't kill the game, this kind of things can happen. But for me, the biggest teams are the ones that even if they don't kill the game, they don't concede at the end. This is what I think. Spurs need to improve. Under Pochettino, under many years, you had Toby Alderweireld, Jan Vertonghen, players like that, players like Hugo. They knew how to handle this kind of situation when the pressure is on you, when the opponents are coming to score the equalizer. And this is what happened. So Spurs need to improve this kind of basics, because this kind of basics are absolutely key. Of course, then 2-2 against a Roma side, a bravery Roma side. They played with courage, they played well, but we are at the start of the competition, so I think that the draw is fair. It's not the end of the world for Tottenham.
Simone, how far do you think Spurs can go in this competition?
I think that they can go far if they know how to play in that kind of situations. On March, on April, it's gonna be long. For me, the most important thing is to try to finish into top 8, because if you can avoid the knockout, the last 16, I think that it's gonna be a good signal for everyone of the club.
What was it like in the press conference yesterday with Ange, Udogie, Hummels, and of course Ranieri?
Of course, you got to know quite well that I'm not the biggest fan of Ange, but in terms of human being, in terms of history, it's an inspirational story for everyone.
You got him smiling though.
Yeah, I got his smile, and even because he probably does not know what I think about him and set pieces. But
What can I ask why you're not a huge fan of Ange? Because I feel like Ange Postecoglou needs time here. He needs the time, the patience, and of course he needs the backing to take this club forward. Because let's face it, we have gone round in circles under multiple different managers. Are you not feeling that?
I'm feeling that. I think that the team is improving in terms of playing what he wants to see, so attacking football. But of course, at the end of the day, we are watching the same mistakes week in and week out. We have been watching the same mistake week in and week out nowadays for 6 months, 7 months, and the start of the new season in terms of the defensive football that every team needs. I'm looking at the same mistakes that we made at the end of last season. So if you look at the way Spurs lost the North London derby with Arsenal on April, it was the same then when Romero lost lost Gabriel Magallanes and Spurs managed to lose another derby. So if Ange fixed this kind of stuff, I'm Ange in, totally. But I think that in terms of human being, in terms of values, in terms of playing that kind of attacking football, I completely understand why Spurs crowd loves him. And this is an inspirational story because we are talking about someone who nobody give him anything. So coming from Australia and being a manager in the Premier League is something huge, is something incredible, and I think that he deserves his unbelievable chance.
Of course, Spurs number one and Italian goalkeeper Vicario is now out. It looks like he's going to be out for a couple of months. Fraser Forster, of course, played today. How do you think he got on?
I think that he played quite well. The stop on Mancini in the injury time was amazing, but I'm a big fan of Fraser Forster because, of course, in terms of being professional, he's always been fantastic. He's always been fantastic. But I think that during his career, he's always been a very underrated keeper. I think that he's quite good. And I don't think Spurs in the last 10 years, 12 years, has ever had a so strong second keeper like him. I think that he's far better than Michel Vorm. With all the respect to Michel Vorm, I think that he's a very far better keeper than Gollini, than Michel Vorm. I think that he took his chance. He deserved to play. And I don't think in January Spurs will move for a keeper if he's not going to be a keeper on long-term distance.
Simone, lastly, who are the standout players for you on both sides this evening?
On both sides, I think that Angelino for Roma played quite well. When he plays against Tottenham, he knows how to match Tottenham, because I remember when he plays for Leipzig under Jose Mourinho, Spurs manager, to lose 3-0, and Angelino was unplayable on that night in Germany. What I would say for Spurs, I was really impressed by someone that no one talk about. Ben Davies, 10 years at the club. I absolutely love the guy. Absolutely love the way, the intelligence. He's so clever in his game. He was playing as a left back under Jose and under Poch. He was playing as a left wing back for Antonio. Now he, of course, with a different interpretation, with someone like Ange that loves to play attacking football. Now he's a centre back. No problem at all. He defended fantastically well. He played an incredible game at the Etihad, anticipating Haaland in every occasion, in every chance. Yeah. So it could be easier to spell other names, Chris, but I really love the man because he's Tottenham. No one talks about him. He has been a loyal servant to this football club for 10 years. So, can
I ask you what have the Italian media made of Bentancur and Kulusevski? Because Kulusevski, in my opinion, has been one of our standout players this season. But yes, of course, a lot of the Italian media, and it's fair to say, including yourself, didn't think that it was a good move for Spurs at the time. But they have thrived under multiple different managers.
If you remember, I said too expensive. It was an incredible amount of money at the time. For us in Italy, there was that perception. 60 million pounds for both. At the end of the day, it reveals themselves to be a bargain for Tottenham. I wasn't a big fan of Kulusevski last season. This season, just like you were saying, has improved a lot. Has improved a lot, even in a different position. Because I share the same view and the same feelings of Ange. I think that he gives his best when he plays in a center position, when he has got the freedom to go to play with Sonny, to play with Pedro, to play with Destiny, to play with Brennan Johnson. So I think that Bentancur is another chapter, because the evolution of Bentancur under Antonio Conte, when he was playing as a number 8, attacking the goal, he was absolutely unplayable. He was after Harry Kane probably, he was the main man for Tottenham. This season, even last season, when he came back after that dramatic injury that he got in Leicester, I don't think we are seeing the best version of Bentancur, because I don't think he's a proper number 6, just like Ange wants him to play.
The Roma fans are certainly celebrating this draw here at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Simone, always great to see you. Have a great or a safe trip back to Italy, and look forward to seeing you again very soon.
Thank you, guys.
Come on, you Spurs. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching this on YouTube, please do hit that subscribe button, like, share and comment below. And if you listen to this on an audio platform, please do hit that follow button and leave a review if you can. And if you are an international fan and would like to get involved in a future episode, please do send me an email. It is tottenhamfanchris@gmail.com. Enjoy your weekend. Come on, you Spurs.